long history of speaking out on these issues and has been a champion for us. And I'd like for you to warmly welcome him tonight as he comes to speak to you. Love these boots. Good to see you again.
Well, we all know why we are here tonight. We're here to bear witness to the sad loss of a human life and to bear witness to the fact that Black lives matter. But we can ask ourselves some important questions about the situation. It's a sad event for the family, a sad event for many families. But Andrew Joseph III is not the third young African American to lose his life unnecessarily. It's not the 33rd either. He may not even be the 333rd. There are people in this room who can testify to that. Other lives lost, other lives cut short for no good reason. Now, he was robbed of his young manhood, robbed of his middle age, robbed of his senior years. But he's not the only one. If he had lived, Andrew Joseph, he might have gone to college. Hard to say one way or the other. But here's a fact. Only 16% of African Americans in this country ever finished college, as opposed to 30% of the whites in this country. If he'd gone into the workforce, taken a job, here's the fact. The average household income of an African American like Andrew Joseph is $37,000 a year. And the average income of white households in America is not $37,000 a year, not $47,000 a year, but rather $57,000 a year. 50% less a chance to go to college and finish it. 50% more income for the other group, not the African American group. And here's a sad, sad fact. If he'd lived to a ripe old age, that ripe old age for Andrew Joseph, an African American, would have been 74. And the average white person in this country lives until 79 or 80. Now, Andrew Joseph may have been robbed of something like 60 years, but there are 42 million Americans, called African Americans, who are robbed of 6 years apiece. Which is the greater crime? One boy losing 60 years, or 42 million losing 6? We hear a lot about equality of opportunity in America today. What about simple equality? How about that? How about simple equality in who gets to go to college, how much money you make, and even how long you live? Simple equality. We want equality, and we want it now. We want equality, and we want it now. When I say we, let me be clear. I'm not talking about African Americans only. I'm not talking about whites only. I'm not talking about any particular group. I'm talking about all people, all Americans, with a conscience. What do we want? When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
53 years ago. 53 years ago. A great man said he looked forward to the day when his children, his 4 young children, would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. We are still waiting. Those 4 children are now my age, except for the one who passed away and already left us. She's gone. And it didn't happen during her lifetime. We are still waiting. So tell me again, what do we want?
Justice.
And
Equality.
and when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
I'm with you. Thank you very much.